In this lesson, I'm going to teach you the first four chords that you should learn on the guitar. They are G, C, D, and E minor. Now, C, D, and E minor, I'm going to be teaching you variations of the traditional way to play them. These variations just fit better with the G chord family. They make for much easier transitions between chords. They just have a more unified sound when played together. Now, with these four chords, you can play dozens of songs just with those four. And at the end of this lesson, I'll include some links of some of my song tutorials that use just these four chords to play so that you can have some songs to practice with after you watch this lesson. So let's get to it. All right, so the first chord we're going to look at is the G chord. I'm going to be referring to these strings by number, the first string being the farthest from you, the thinnest string, and the sixth string is going to be the one closest to you, which is the thickest string. So we're going to take our first finger and we're going to put it on the second fret of the fifth string. Our second finger is going to go on the third fret of the sixth string. Our third finger is going to go on the third fret of the second string. And your last finger, your fourth finger, is going to go on the third fret of the first string. And you want to make good counter pressure with the crook of your thumb on the back of the neck. And the G chord is going to sound like this. Okay, the second chord we're going to look at is the C chord. The traditional way to play the C chord looks like this. Now we're going to play a variation of that C chord. This variation is called C add 9. In fact, it's very similar to the G we just learned. And if we go back and look at that G, the C add 9 is just going to take that first and second finger and move it down a string each. Okay? So if we look, we've got the first finger is going to go from the fifth string to the fourth string, and the first finger is going to go from the sixth string to the fifth string, and they're going to stay on the same fret. Everything else stays the same. And when you strum this chord, you want to make sure not to strum that low E string. Okay? The sixth string needs to not be strummed. And in order to accomplish that, I like to use my thumb over here and kind of just bring it over the top and just touch that sixth string just to mute it. That way, even if I accidentally strum it with my pick, it doesn't resonate. And that's a great little trick I like to use. And so this C chord is going to sound like this. The next chord we're going to look at is the E minor chord. The traditional way to play the E minor chord is with the second and third fingers on the fourth and fifth string here on the second fret. But we're going to play a variation. We're going to play that same position, but we're going to play it with the first and second fingers instead. That way we can free up that third finger to come down here and to play that same position that we see on the G and the C that we just learned. The third and fourth finger is going to stay down there on that first and second string. And so the E minor chord that we're going to play for the G family is going to look like this. And this is what it sounds like. All right, the last chord we're going to look at is the D. The traditional way to play the D looks like this. But again, we're going to play a variation of that, which is taking the first finger and putting it up here on the sixth string second fret, which is actually the F sharp note. And that's why this chord is called D over F sharp. Then we're going to take the second finger and we're going to place it on the second fret of the third string. And then the third finger is going to go on the third fret of the second string. And fourth finger is going to go on the third fret of the first string, and which is the same position again as the G, C, and E minor. Those third and fourth fingers don't move during all four of these chords. And so the D over F sharp is going to sound like this. So for all four of these chords, you want to apply some counter pressure with the crook of your thumb on the back of the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and play these four chords, and I'm going to show you from my perspective so that you can see what it should look like. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You'll find some links right here of some song tutorials that use just these four chords to play if you'd like to actually practice these chords with some songs. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with all the latest tips, tricks, and song tutorials. And leave me any comments or questions that you may have, and I'd be happy to get back to you. All right, I'll see you around.